So yes, you read that correctly. One and Murata have released a third part to chapter 134. We are still not on 135 yet, but I'm pretty sure after this we will be. So we're seeing, right where part 2 left off, the Drive Knight in his jet form, the flying chariot, which maybe could be the promoted version. Please check out my How Powerful is Drive Knight video. Going against the Psyrochi jet, and they're having like a beam clash mid like Top Gun-esque battle that they're having. Cool sequence, and I'm still don't know what to make of it. It's still bizarre, the whole, flying jet stuff. But anyway, Genos is still capable of fighting, so I guess he didn't go over the 20-second or the 10-second thing. So he's good to go because, he's functioning, and we see him later on in this chapter. He's like helping Tatsumaki, which we'll get into. But yeah, so I thought Genos was probably going to be down and out, but no, he's still got some gas left in the tank. So now we're coming to a really interesting part of this chapter, and that's Pig God regurgitating Narinki's squad, E-Iron, and Zombie Man. So he scarfed them all up from under the rubble and was able to save them in time. So this is interesting because it goes back into the chapter 130 retcons that we've been talking about, where it changed to E-Iron breaking out of his bubble that, Tatsumaki had him in, because he was going to save Narinki's private squad from the rubble falling on them. Now, we don't know how things got to that point because the retcons and the redraws haven't happened for those chapters in between yet. Because we know that they have to encounter evil natural water at some point, and it led to them all getting knocked out or something. Now, this also confirmed my suspicions that I have when I went over the chapter 130 retcons, and that's it. There's like 2 members of the private squad that are missing. The leader who is Tongara, and then the dude who has like the Karen haircut, Soshi. They're not here. Just like how they weren't there when we looked over the original redraws for 130. So I think this is confirming my suspicion that, I guess Tongara did some sus stuff, and Soshi probably got taken out by evil natural water, and then Tongara, as like a karma of reaction to that, I suppose, got taken out as well. Regardless, they're not here. Maybe they ran away. I don't know. And as for Zombie Man being here, that's a very interesting development because he technically shouldn't be here this early in the story, but again, this goes into how it is deviated away from the webcomic so much at this point that I hardly try to match them up for one-for-one comparisons like I used to in previous years before this one. It's kind of just, becoming its own monster at this point, which is cool because it's nice to not, know everything that's going to happen from this point on. But Zombie Man here is interesting. He's still regenerating from the beating that he took from Homeless Emperor. So remains to be seen if he is going to be active in the battle, at least immediately. Still unclear at this point. So then, surprisingly, we're coming back to Tanktop Master. The last time we saw him, he was with Movement Rider, going away from the hospital. And they basically said that they were going to do rescue and evacuation type stuff. And that's exactly what they're doing here. Tanktop Master's moving the rubble, showing his impressive strength. And Snek, Lightning Max, and a few other heroes are there as well, because we saw in the previous chapters that they witnessed the Psyrochi beam from the city view. So they knew something was up. So it makes sense that they're over here now helping out with this cause. And then we're continuing the Drive Knight versus Psyrochi battle. No real developments here, except I think this was just a device for Drive Knight to maybe you want to believe that he purposely shot the barrier to show everyone that there is a barrier. But if you notice, you'll see that, Psyrochi is barrel rolling out of it. So you can either believe that Drive Knight is being altruistic here, or it's just sheer luck. And it's just a plot device, to reveal that the barrier is there, because it reveals it to the heroes and it reveals it to the medical helicopter. But in the end, it's up for you to decide. But anyway, Tanktop Master, he realizes that oh wow, that barrier is super big, super powerful. That means that Tatsumaki is really being pushed at this point. So she must need all the help that she can get. So you know what? You guys stay here. Stay with the rescue and evacuation, because honestly, that's what the A-class and the B-class heroes should be doing in a situation like this. leave the S-Class heroes for the mega powerhouses. But then Tanktop Master does one of the coolest feats of power, I'll say, in the series, where he takes off this, this electrical tower thing and then just hucks it towards where, the Orochi meat tower is, and then grabs onto one of the cables, launching himself and using like this impromptu method of transportation. This is awesome. Didn't expect Tanktop Master to be this strong. I mean, we already knew that he was, freakishly powerful. He's like the gold standard for, superhuman strength within this series, like Demon, S-Class level, maybe even Dragon level to a degree, I suppose. But he never really did anything like this, and this is awesome. Also, I'm sure a lot of you were reminded from Dragon Ball by this sequence, because Mercenary Tao does something very similar to this. At the end of the chapter, we see Geno still fighting, like I was saying in the beginning. He's still able to fight, which is cool, because now we could just still get some moments from Genos. He just wasn't one and done like he usually is in these arcs. But at this point, I want to go into spoilers for what Murata has said on his stream regarding the quote-unquote leaked notes that may or may not come to fruition. So check out now if you don't want to know any of that stuff. So once again, the original plan was Orochi swings at the S-Class heroes. The S-Class heroes dodge and toy with them mercilessly, giving the feeling that Orochi is just a boss that presents nothing but strength and size. Orochi's hordes transform into dragons. They spit fire at the S-Class heroes. Orochi transforms into a huge monster. The 8 S-Class heroes fight together, where each of them deals with and defeats one of Orochi's dragons, while Tatsumaki finishes off Orochi directly. Just when everyone believes the fight is over, the executives who were originally buried by Tatsumaki appear on the surface. So now we have at least 10 S-Class heroes into this battle, possibly. Now, Metal Bat hasn't shown up yet, and I thought that he was going to show up before Tanktop Master, if Tanktop Master even was. I thought he was just mainly probably going to do the rescue and evacuation stuff, but this is certainly a surprise. And then we also have Zombie Man here now. Didn't expect him to come because, he's supposed to show up much later on, from under the rubble and all that stuff. And now we have Drive Knight here, so I'm thinking that Drive Knight, like I said in the previous review, he's not going to stick around. He's going to be gone after he gets the sample from Orochi. And not sure how useful Zombie Man is. He might still need to regenerate some more. And then I guess at this point, Metal Bat might show up after the cadres show up. But I'm still thinking this is going to happen. I'm still thinking Orochi is going to do the dragon thing. And then maybe, Tanktop Master defeats one of the dragons possibly. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But let me know what you think about all this in the comments, guys. If you liked the review, please give it a like. Also have a Twitch and a Patreon. Check those out too. And if you haven't already, please subscribe as well. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.